Hello there. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 2, Episode 8 of the Screen Guys podcast. I'll be hosting today's episode. I'm Connor.
And I'm Bryson.
And we are your official new Screen Guys. We're grateful to be with you again. This is our first official episode. We got out all the audio equipment, which again is going to be a journey because we're both learning how to figure that out. Hopefully the camera looks good as well. When we bring other people on, we've got a spot here like we've done in the past, and we've got a spot here, but I thought with the two of us, I didn't want both of us sitting here or both of us sitting here. I just felt it'd be a little off. So we also made it so we have our poster in really good perspective. But again, this is Season 2, Episode 8. We are grateful to be with you. We hope that our little snippet a week ago kind of got you interested in the pod. We've got some great ideas that we'll be doing. We have a lot to review, even from the last time that we met. One of the greatest movies I think that has ever been created came out, so we'll talk about that. But before we get to our Prime Post reveal, anything, Bryson? Being on the pod, being an official member now. Although, again, I kind of feel like you were anyway.
This is weird. I guess in the past couple weeks before Sean and Ozzy decided to call it quits for I'm going to say a little while. I don't know what they're thinking. It kind of felt like I was a member because I was on like 3 times in like 4 weeks. And I don't know, I'm very grateful. So excited. Yeah,
I am too. It's great to have you. We were laughing. I did want to say we are in the dog days of summer because I am, and you won't see it, like you won't know. Actually, when I stand up to the poster, maybe you'll see a little bit. I am in shorts and sandals. This is the first time ever. Like, I've never been this hot. Like, it is absolutely roasting. We are in the dog days of summer. So we're grateful. We hope that you're watching this in an air-conditioned car or room or something.
Yes.
But it is time for the Prime poster reveal. Now, I did want to give the notion that our poster today is a film that hasn't come out yet, so we haven't gone back in time. I'll let you know when we do go back in time. But for a little bit of trivia, and I don't know if you want, I guess I could say it and then let you think on it and then say, if you want more time to think on this, pause the video, because I am going to give you your chance.
Okay,
this poster, I think the hint that I can give you is, again, it hasn't come out yet, so it's obviously sometime this year.
Yeah.
This poster is of a movie that I believe the music is being done by, I believe it's Denis Villeneuve is the name. I know a cinephile like Sean Stiver cannot get enough of Denis Villeneuve if he's the one doing the music, if I remember it correctly. So if I'm leading astray there.
I think I know what this is, just by the name.
Yeah. So our primetime poster reveal, for those listening and watching before we reveal it, just my little hint to you is that this music is being done by Denis Villeneuve. I believe that's who's doing it. So think on that. That's our trivia. If you want more time to think on it, pause the video. But any guesses on what we've got here, Mr. Bryson?
So it's got to be Dune Part 3.
Dune Part 3, Denis Villeneuve doing Dune Part 3 music, you say? That's final answer. Going deal or no deal. I mean, going Who Wants to Be a Millionaire
with
style.
Hans Zimmer, I think maybe a collaboration.
Oh.
I could be very wrong.
We shall see. I may have even given a bad hint. I don't really know. So it is time for the Prime poster reveal.
If you know this and I'm way off, don't kill me, please. Okay, phew. I was scared there for a second.
Of course, it's the Dune Part 3 poster. We kind of led our leaders, not astray, and I wouldn't say we didn't lie, but we had talked on our quick special announcement video last week that we wouldn't be showing the Dune Part 3 poster at that time. So I had it locked and loaded. For our audio listeners, This poster is absolutely breathtaking. In the background is a setting sun in a perfect half circle on the video. As you're watching the video, it would be the video's left-hand side is Paul Atreides on the right-hand side, and I feel terrible. I am not going to lie to you. I don't know her name.
Isn't it Chani?
I think it is. It's Chani.
It looks like they're like gearing up to fight each other.
No, exactly. It looks like they're gearing up to fight each other. I think I talked about this on the special announcement video. I love the simplicity of the Dune. It's just a curve of a letter, with the 4 letters D-U-N-E, and they all have that. The E has, I would think, what kind of represents almost a sun.
Well, and if you look at it, it's like they're all the same shape, just flipped around. Right?
Exactly.
So it looks breathtaking.
Yeah, honestly. It is amazing. And then it's going to be so interesting. Okay, yes, I believe directed by Denis Villeneuve, I believe is how you pronounce it. So I apologize, directed. It is so fascinating on here. I am so interested to see what the plan is moving forward with Dune, because it says the epic conclusion. So obviously, because again, and I haven't read the books, but I have them. And again, it goes Dune and then Dune Messiah. There were plenty of people who had the understanding as I did and were thinking that this was going to be the movie Dune Messiah, but this is Dune Part 3. It'll be interesting because I don't know. I haven't looked to see if they're going to continue
I believe
moves after.
This is the last one.
Oh, of the entire series.
I believe so. I could be wrong. And also, I also believe it was originally titled Dune Messiah, and then they changed it to Dune Part 3 because they're like, this is going to be the last one.
Yeah. So again, the epic conclusion, like you'd said, they're gearing up to fight. I do think it is very interesting that you've got Paul has shaved head, like he's got a buzz. So it's really interesting compared to the first 2 movies he had. Timothée Chalamet's normal, really luscious flowing hair. But and you can see the wind effects. You've got Paul Atreides. He's got his cape is kind of flowing, and same with Chani's. This movie is going to be incredible. Yeah, it is not going to be my number 1 because of my Star Wars following, but I have no problem sitting here telling you right now. I can guarantee you it's going to be number 2 for me.
Oh,
like I just. Okay, hold on. It probably is. And that is saying something. Actually, I'll say about Michael in a second. I do think it's going to be my number 2, bare minimum 3. I can guarantee you I won't put it under Doomsday. I just know that's just how it's going to go for me.
I'm very excited because I honestly don't know if, and we actually I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for when we're going to do our top 10 here in a minute for halfway through. Or top 5, sorry. So I'll save it for that.
You got it. Okay. So again, for our audio listeners, Dune Part 3 poster, absolutely breathtaking. That is our prime poster reveal. Now, I do want to bring up this point, and and people can interpret this in multiple ways. We don't really particularly have like a written out directed agenda. I do think a couple of news points that I did want to bring up was number 1, because I don't think I had brought this up on the special announcement video because we didn't really do any news or anything. Incredible. Michael, the movie did gross over $1 billion
I saw that.
Worldwide, obviously passing Oppenheimer for the highest grossing biopic of all time. Passing over $1 billion is absolutely incredible regardless of your movie. And to have it be a musical biopic is stunning to me, and the fact that it's Jafar Jackson's introduction to Hollywood,
that is so true,
is incredible to me. And you know me, I will get behind and I will defend the people who say he only got the role because he's Michael's nephew. While that definitely has parts of it, the thing of it is, and we've talked about this before, when it's right, it's right. There's nobody on this planet that could have done a better job than Jafar Jackson. So I don't want people saying, well, he only got the job because he was his nephew, because that would be the case if it wasn't very good or he didn't do a good job. But the fact that he was practically Michael reincarnate and people have claimed that and said that, I think justifies his role. Do I think he's going to do other things in Hollywood? I don't know. that is a great question. And you had even kind of talked about that. You said, is Michael an easy character to portray? Hard to say for sure.
I feel like he kind of is. But like you were saying, Jafar Jackson does great. He is great with the dance moves. I know that his voice was kind of like, had Michael's voice put on top of it. But Michael's voice is one of those voices that are like irreplaceable almost. So credit where credit's due. He did great for what he was given, you know.
So that was one piece of news. Another piece of news, super exciting in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Ghost Rider officially confirmed for 2028, we said.
Yep, 2028.
And the title character is none other than Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
And real quick before I hand the time over to you to talk a little bit about your opinion of it, here's the thing about Ryan Gosling. I think he is slowly becoming a name that will forever be etched in Hollywood greatness. Not just Hollywood, I know the name. And I say that in the context of, I think everybody, is like, oh yeah, he's that, he's Petey in Remember the Titans. He's in The Notebook. He, was in, and I won't even put La La Land in that lower category, because I think by the time he did La La Land, like, people really knew him.
Yeah.
But considering his role in
Crazy Stupid Love, that's one of my favorites.
Crazy Stupid Love, yes. Considering his role in Project Hail Mary, he's gonna be Ghost Rider. I put Fall Guy out there only because it's one of my all-time favorite comedies.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
And so I'm like, he's not just like people know him. Like, he is slowly becoming, I think, one of the best actors we've ever seen. Like,
really?
Like, that's how I love Ryan Gosling. I think everything that he's doing is incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm missing some movies. I don't know if there's any that come to the top of your head.
He's obviously going to be in Starfighter.
He's going to be Starfighter. You're
which
correct.
Is 2027, so next year. So he's going to be entering two of the biggest, I guess,
franchises,
IPs franchises in movie history. Yeah. So he's making it big. It'll be interesting to see him if he eventually does kind of collab with other Marvel characters. And also the movie is directed by Sean Levy. I don't know. We kind of talked about that.
Yeah.
Who is also directing Starfighter 2027. So it'll be very interesting. I feel like we're going to kind of get a sense of kind of how the movie's going to kind of feel.
Yeah, that's true.
After Starfighter.
Yeah, it's kind of similar with, and we'll dive into details with the Odyssey, but yeah, you look at an individual like Anne Hathaway, right? She's in Dark Knight Rises, she's in Interstellar, she's in Odyssey. Christopher Nolan has people that he brings with him. Is Ryan Gosling and Sean Levy gonna be that tandem pair? It'll be super interesting to see how that moves forward for sure.
Well, and Sean Levy's also, he directed Deadpool and Wolverine as well. So I think Ghost Rider's going to lean more comedy. I never watched the Nicolas Cage ones, but those
so good.
I don't think those are all comedy, really.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
I think this one's going to be more of a comedy and kind of fit into the MCU humor more.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. I think that Ryan Gosling had been fan cast as
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze, yes. For a while.
I'm almost positive that's it. I haven't seen it for forever. So
Ghost Rider, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It was just gone. But he's been fan cast for what seems like forever.
Nice,
so
yeah.
Great casting, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I am too. So that's an exciting piece. Another exciting piece of Marvel Cinematic News is an announcement of Black Panther 3.
Yeah.
Did you say, I can't remember, did we get a confirmation of when that is, or they just announced that it's going to happen?
I think it's just going to happen.
Yeah.
There might be a release date, but I haven't seen it yet.
Gotcha.
So.
Title character is played by, I'm going to guess it's just pronounced David Johnson. It's not Johnsson. It's Jonsson.
Yeah.
A lot of people would know David from Alien Romulus. In Alien Romulus, I believe he is a cyborg.
Oh, really?
And he is incredible. He is absolutely amazing. He is Prince T'Challa, the son of King T'Challa. We meet young Prince T'Challa at the end. I think it's
of the second one, right?
It's end of the second. I'm trying to remember if it's a mid-credit. I don't think it's mid-credit.
I think it's like
right at the end. So. It's not Marvel just pulling something out of there. But like it was them having a plan moving forward. Obviously, the plan would have been to continue with Chadwick Boseman and time to reflect on his greatness and a respect on his name as well and his tremendous character, and looking forward to seeing where they go. I am interested because I think we had even talked about this when we went through the MCU. I will be interested to see if they use CGI face structuring and if they have flashbacks, or even if they bring almost like a spiritual sense where he like talks to T'Challa in a spiritual sense. I know some people don't like that. Some people say it's disrespectful. Other people say that actors and actresses' families say we would love to have a sense of our loved one in the film. So I think it'd be interesting because you think about the original Black Panther, he talks to his father a lot. But, T'Challa talks to T'Chaka a lot, but that's because he was, in real life, he was alive. That actor was still alive. So it'll be interesting. Really looking forward to see where they move forward with it, though, for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Along that I guess, CGI, I guess it would really depend for me on how well it's done. If it's not done well at all, and it kind of looks like Tron Legacy, which in my opinion does not look great at all. I know that it doesn't bother you.
I'll come back to that in a second, actually.
But I would say probably no. I think maybe use Killmonger again, because I think that he's kind of more of like a, like a bad influence, but also like wise, So I don't know.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see again, and it may not happen. I think it would be so fascinating to see, because obviously, I'm trying to think of the timeline of. I don't think Prince T'Challa was born when King T'Challa was alive. I don't think he was.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember the timeline, because obviously in the movie he's not like a brand new newborn.
He's like a toddler.
Yeah, he's like a toddler. So regardless, I think that'd be super interesting to see where they go with that.
Well, and I think it's going to be really interesting because he has to be at least a teenager at that point. So there's going to be a lot of time passing in between. Probably Doomsday and Secret Wars to Black Panther 3. So there's a lot of questions that still need to be answered about it. I'd assume that Ryan Coogler will come back to direct. So I don't have confirmation on that, but I would assume so.
Yeah. So I am super interested. Other news, just for people who did not watch the leaked Avatar. Is it Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender, I believe is the title.
Let me look right now.
New Paramount Plus exclusive original feature. Thank you. Came out. That is actually something I meant to tell you this before we started filming. I forgot, but I did think something for any of our viewers that are interested. I thought something we could even talk about is things that we are putting on our watch list that we want to watch that maybe you can kind of plan on us talking about. My goal, I would love to watch Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender this week. I'd love to watch a new Apple TV original with Jake Johnson called Dink. It's about a retired tennis player. He has an injury and he retires from tennis, but his dad owns a pickleball club, and so he picks up pickleball. Really? It looks hilarious. It's got Jake Johnson in it.
Have you seen things about that new Will Ferrell golf comedy on Netflix?
Well, I did not know.
He plays this like golfer who is like on his last like wind.
Really?
And he
do you know the name of it?
It's like one of the top ones on Netflix right now. I can't remember.
Interesting.
It's TVMA, so that's usually out of my league. He's kind of been dressing up and going on like social media and like, Hot Ones. He did Hot Ones as the character, and it's just him on his like last pro tournament and trying to do what he can, from what I understand. So
gotcha. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just looking. I'm curious. Whoops.
It was getting plenty of advertisements. So very interesting.
The Hawk.
Yeah, the Hawk.
Yes. Okay, and it's a season. It's a series.
Yeah, it's a series.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay. See, and I probably would tune into that only because it reminds me. Oh my word! I wish Ozzy was here. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Is Stick? Or is it like in between seasons productions? Do you know? Because I watched season 1 and then I
believe
just
so.
I
never watched it.
Oh, gotcha.
But
it was good. I
believe it's in between seasons because that one's Owen Wilson, correct?
Yeah, and it was. Yeah. I thought it was popular. Gotcha. So that, and then something that we had talked about, I never made it back to, and now I'm interested again, just because I'm like, I think I have the time this week. Is Alan Ritchson's War Machine?
Oh yes, we had talked about watching that.
Yeah, on Netflix. So I am interested. Those are 3 things that I would like to put on my watch list. Obviously, Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out this week, so I'm also putting that. And to be honest, that obviously takes precedence. So if that's the only thing I get to, that's going to be the most important for me. But those are a couple things on my watch list. Again, I wanted to talk about Avatar, Aang, and that announcing it also fit in with my watch list. But any news and or watch list items for you?
News, I guess. Technically, this is kind of old news, but might as well announce it. The Doomsday trailer dropped.
I haven't watched it, but
I did watch it, and it looks like it's going to be intense. Thor has this. If you haven't seen the trailer, he has this speech that kind of plays throughout the background while showcasing off all the characters, and it sounds crazy. Like, his speech has some great moments. Again, showcases the characters, and we kind of get our first look at Doctor Doom.
Nice.
So it kind of shows his mask, kind of shows what he's kind of going to look like. So didn't reveal really all that much, which is great, but I am excited.
That is awesome.
Definitely going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, that's cool. Looking forward to it. The other thing I know we had talked about, we'll save. I was going to say, it's not necessarily news. We were going to talk about Odyssey box office. We'll get to that when we review the Odyssey, but I think that's it. Anything on your watch list other than Spider-Man Brand New Day?
Watch list. I guess I'll kind of get to it when I'm talking about what I've been watching. Let's see, what else? Got to finish Dragon Ball Super. I have about 30-ish episodes left, so
really
about done with it.
Man, because we had talked about it. I really thought you were 10 episodes away. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm still moving pretty far. Watching Hunter x Hunter with my brother.
Nice.
And that's incredible. Still got about 40, 50 episodes left of that, so I'll probably just kind of grind away on those ones. I don't know if I'll really watch anything other than that for this week. But.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's jump in. I think the only thing we really wanted to get majorly done on the pod today before our what we've been watching, although, I mean, ironically enough, what we've been watching is practically what we're going to cover. Not necessarily. I've got a couple other things that I could review as well. That's on my. I'm looking at my letterbox, making sure I remember. In fact, I even have. Oh, that's right. I've got a couple movies actually I could talk about. But let's dive into it. And I shouldn't even say dive into it because it's probably not even going to really give it the amount of time that it maybe deserves and or other people give to it. But Bryce and I went and saw together Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. I mean, it's not enough to say that this was a 5 out of 5, one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's gonna be one of the top movies of this year. It's gonna be one of the best movies ever created, in my opinion. There's gonna be so many things that I think people look back on and say, oh man, like this stems from Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. This sound mixing branches from this storytelling branches from this character development arc. Like, I think this will be almost, this is going to sound so random, but it's connected. Almost like they talk about in coaching. They talk about coaching trees.
Yeah.
You know, a coach will have people on his staff, and then they'll go and coach other teams, and they make a coaching tree. I think this could be a movie. This could be a Hollywood tree.
Yeah.
I think so many things will come from this movie, and I think it will stand the test of time for sure.
Yeah. Obviously, if you guys haven't seen it, you should. We'll talk about the box office in a second because it's astronomically insane what's going on there. I think it's time to just set aside some Oscars for Matt Damon for Best Picture, Best Lead Actor. I could see Anne Hathaway or Robert Pattinson getting the Best Supporting Actor or Actress. For all of the controversial castings, they were all great. Like, they all performed very well in the movie.
And they were so... I don't want to say they were irrelevant in the way of they didn't need to be in there. They didn't make problems. They didn't create problems. They didn't negatively impact the movie.
Yeah.
They did exactly what they were supposed to do for those characters.
Yeah. Oh, you go.
No, the other thing I thought of as I've heard, you know, more about some of the gripes on the political spectrum, a great point, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, so it's not like super spoiler, but if you haven't seen the movie, I won't even say it actually. I'll say it for people who know. The way that Christopher Nolan casted Lupita Nyong'o, it's explained in the movie why he casted her in a way, is how I would say it. Because we learn more about who, oh my word,
her character,
Helen of Troy. We learn more about who Helen of Troy is to her husband in the movie, and it's not necessarily because she was the fairest in the land. It's a different interpretation on this. So any people that have that complaint, it actually kind of is I hate to use the word invalid complaint, but it's not exactly cut and paste like maybe we thought it was going to be. So I thought everything was explained, and I thought everything was done incredibly well.
Yeah. Obviously the sound was incredible. I was working, because I work at the theater, obviously. I was working yesterday, which would be Saturday. We're filming on a Sunday. And I was trying to, like, just close all the theater doors so it was, like, not loud. And I walked into the Odyssey to close the doors, and it was at the scene where, spoiler alert, they're with the Cyclops. And it was at the part where they stab him in the eye. And it was like, I was standing outside the theater, and it was still bone shaking. Like, it is a very loud movie, and it is so intense, and one of the, like, best crafted movies I've ever seen. In my opinion, it's Nolan's best. This is...
Well, again, this is kind of a spoiler in a way, but it's not. Have you seen the things going around? I thought it was crazy. TSG Entertainment is a film company. Their logo, no lie, their like introduction logo before movies is Odysseus stringing his bow and shooting an arrow.
You know what? I know exactly what you're talking about.
Have you seen that?
Yeah,
I was like it's incredible.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of Odysseus, the bow strum. It's
incredible.
Yes. I need to rewatch it. I haven't rewatched it since my first watch. It's 3 hours, so it's a long watch. You know, it's hard to make 3 hours out of your day. But wowza, this is my top spot for the year, and I don't know if Dune Part 3 will be able to dethrone it. Dune Part 2 is my favorite movie of all time. And I am very worried that will not dethrone Odyssey. So, very interesting.
So, real quick, just so I made sure I heard that. Yeah. Dune Part 2 is your favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Still over the Odyssey?
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah?
I'm thinking about it.
Interesting.
I loved the Odyssey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's incredible. And like you'd said, there's so many things like the stringing of the bow with Odysseus that whole sequence is one of those just all-time cinematic moments. Like, it's going to be something that we talk about for a long time.
Yeah.
This is specifically in the movie, so again, a little bit of a spoiler, but not like earth-shattering. I was seeing just kind of a little clip, And man, to your point about how incredible Matt Damon was, the part where they tie him to the mast and he is screaming at his...
That's just pure acting.
It's incredible. Like, the entire movie is incredible.
Yeah. I also wanted to give a shout out, I guess, to Robert Pattinson, because I saw something where it was like just one of their press interviews, and he made a really good point. He's like, or Anne Hathaway made the point. She was like, I knew that Odysseus was still alive. Spoilers. But I was kind of agreeing with Robert Pattinson's character, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is the villain of the story, quote unquote, but he has a point, honestly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So wow, like, there's not enough praise we could give about this movie.
No, and the major shout out for, again, and the more that it's being revealed and the more behind the scenes and the more things that are coming out of all of the practical effects is incredible.
Yes, especially the pig scene. If you know, you know.
Oh, if you know, you know.
I don't know how that's practical. Like,
no,
I'm sure it has a simple explanation, but that is insane.
Yeah. I forgot we had talked about doing this and then we kind of didn't do our research, but in the same breath, I think we can kind of figure this out. Remind me, we'll finish our Odyssey and then I think we should talk a little bit about where Christopher Nolan films rank against each other standing up.
Oh, that's fine with me.
Because he's incredible.
Yeah, no,
he
100%.
has some incredible features.
Yes.
But sticking with the Odyssey specifically, I think just to round it out, the only thing I just have to say is the cast was incredible. The siege on Troy is breathtaking. The fact that they crafted their own city of Troy on set to make it as real as possible. And oh boy, the way I can't say
Agamemnon.
the name. Talk about incredible. Benny Safdie, GOAT, for literally doing nothing.
I don't think he says anything the entire movie. He might say like 3 lines, but and the writing in this movie is incredible.
Yeah.
Something I like about Nolan, I was kind of telling you this, is that he lets you piece it together. He lets you piece it together, but then he'll tell you at the end what you missed. And it is just such great writing. You see what's going on, and then he pieces it together for you. So I couldn't give this enough praise.
Yeah. Well, and then if you have not seen this massive spoiler, I would say just skip. I'm going to kind of pay attention how long we're talking. We're going to do this in like 30 seconds. So if you haven't seen the movie, just skip ahead about 30, we'll say 45 seconds. So spoiler right here. You and I went and saw it together. The part and the entire movie building up to telling you how Odysseus was going to prove that he was Odysseus, of stringing the bow and being the only one to do it, was some of the greatest storytelling I've ever seen on the screen.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Like, you knew it was coming, but you were so impressed of how it got there.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's been 45 seconds.
I know. Maybe if you're just tuning in, give us 30 more seconds.
I was gonna say this. I loved this scene where Matt Damon is talking to Anne Hathaway while he's still like the traveler, you know, and it comes to light. She's like, "We still need to prepare for the sea people," and he says, "We were the sea people." I got goosebumps.
Yeah, chills.
Because we need to stop because it's been about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But if you have not seen this masterpiece, go ahead. It's rated R. I don't know why it's rated R.
It's a softer R. It's not terrible R.
I would personally, I would let a 12-year-old watch this. I don't think
I've seen plenty. Yeah.
I don't think that this is the kind of movie that I guess you need to be worried about. There's a little bit of language, but it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
You know, no gore really either. The fight scenes are awesome. They're well
choreographed, well executed. Yeah. Not a spoiler. It's more of a if you know, you know. I do love and this is just what this is a fictional part that Christopher Nolan wrote into the movie, I do love the overarching theme for Zeus's Law. I think it's incredible. I think it's great writing. It was interesting. There's been people who have chimed in and said you could argue that Zeus's Law is a modern Christian teaching woven into an ancient Greek story that Christopher Nolan decided to go with. I thought it was a very interesting point, and I just loved this movie. Like you said, I can't give it enough praise. It's gonna be, I don't know where it is on my top 10, and again, like you said, we'll even talk about top 5 in a second. Top 5 movies of this year
so far.
It's incredible. It really does deserve all the hype it gets. It really does.
I kind of wrote it in my review. If you want to check out my letterbox, it's a capital V 2K and then capital C.
I do believe
HAMP V2K champ.
And I do think I've got it on our what's that called? Link tree. I've got your letterbox on our link tree.
I kind of said this in my review, but I think that this will 1,000% go down as one of the greatest movies ever made. Kind of like you were saying. Box office wise, for 2 weeks, it's made $640 million over 2 weeks.
That is crazy for an R-rated feature as well.
I think that this was going to blow rated R movie like box office out of the water. There's no doubt in my mind this will make $1 billion. Again, there is not enough praise we could give this movie.
Agreed,
it was incredible.
Yeah. So that is us diving in on the Odyssey. Hopefully, if you saw our thumbnail, hopefully you liked it. It's Odyssey based.
Yes.
In fact, I do have to shout out the artistry and the way that Christopher Nolan interpreted the Trojan horse as well. This is non-spoiler. The Trojan horse was excellent. It was so amazing. Like just the whole thing. Yeah. Just the whole movie is incredible. Go watch it.
If you haven't seen it, what are you doing?
It's incredible. So really quickly, just because, and again, we're not putting a timer, but we do want to make sure that you've got enough time to be able to have stuff with your day. And we don't want you to invested too long if you feel like there's a time constraint. I'm thinking really quick, I guess we could do you know off the top of your head, and maybe you have the ranking, or maybe you just want to talk about top 5 Christopher Nolan films that you've seen.
Let me pull up his discography that I've seen.
You pull up yours. I can tell you right now, and this is the unlikeliest of takes. I am a number 1 Tenet guy. Tenet is my movie. Tenet. I love that, not only because, again, of the connections that I've made, but I remember watching it and just saying, I've got to go see this again. And then I watched it and I said, I've got to go see this again. Robert Pattinson was in Tenet. He's in Odyssey.
He's great in it too.
Robert Pattinson has the Christopher Nolan connection as well. Tenet is my number 1. My number 2... I'm trying to figure out if my number 2 is Odyssey or if it's Oppenheimer. Those are definitely my 2 and 3 because I loved Oppenheimer, and we've talked a little bit about this. I felt that I was more entertained in Oppenheimer. Yeah. I also liked the story a little bit more, but I thought that Odyssey was a better crafted movie. I rate movies on my entertainment value. I think I'd give Oppenheimer the nod over Odyssey right now. Yeah. But I need to update my top 100 movies, and I don't know if I could put Odyssey underneath Oppenheimer. So
it's we've kind of talked about this. You're in a predicament. I'm not gonna lie. You're in a sticky situation.
It's brutal. So keep an eye on my top 100 on my Letterboxd. I'll update it. I think as I stand, I would put Oppenheimer over just by a hair because I think the Oppenheimer, and shout out to Sean, I wanted to quote him on, I wanted to back this up. I really liked, he on his Letterboxd review recently of Oppenheimer, I wanted to quote his exact point because I thought he took the words right out of my mouth. Sorry, I'm looking for his Oppenheimer. Sorry, guys. Man, where'd it go? I thought I just saw it. Oh, there it is. The Trinity testing sequence. That's what it was. So the explosion, the Trinity testing sequence, I think is incredible, and it makes me... It gives me the chills every time I watch it. So 3 would be Odyssey. 4 for me would be Dark Knight Rises, because I've talked about entertainment value, and I just rewatched Dark Knight Rises the other day. The concluding fight scene where Batman is out in broad daylight and he is the juxtaposition is incredible to me. It always has been. And then I'm not going to lie to you, and I don't say this to rage bait, I don't say this to make anybody angry. I think I'd then put Interstellar over Dark Knight, only because I just think that I'm more entertained by watching Interstellar. But if not Interstellar, I could certainly swap it and put Dark Knight there. I just don't know if I would put Dark Knight in my top 5 Christopher Nolan movies.
Yeah.
It's right there, and it might be, but just remembering Interstellar, not watching it all that long ago, I loved that movie.
Yeah.
So really quick, firing off my Christopher Nolan movies 1 to 5 ranked in order: Tenet 1, Oppenheimer 2, Odyssey 3, Dark Knight Rises 4, Interstellar 5.
Yeah. All right. I literally just got off. Okay, I have my list. 1, I'm putting Odyssey. Here's a little disclaimer. I've not seen Oppenheimer. I have not seen Dunkirk or Memento, which are some big ones.
Dunkirk, that is tough for me to leave out, too.
I have seen like all of his other big main stuff. So 1, I'm going to put Odyssey. 2, I'm going to put Dark Knight. I think it's one of the greatest comic book movies of all time, if not the greatest. I was looking at a review from Caleb Petrick, guest on the pod.
Shout out.
He kind of said this point, and I kind of agree with him. He said, and this was in his most recent review, he said the only reason this isn't perfect is because Christian Bale gets outshined in every movie. And I kind of agree with him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Dark Knight 2. Still incredible, though, despite what I just said. I'm going to put Interstellar at 3. This movie's always just been fascinating to me. It looks incredible, obviously. Matthew McConaughey is incredible. He's amazing. When
he's watching the video of his daughter and he is absolutely bawling.
That brings me to tears.
However Christopher Nolan gets his talent to portray that is incredible.
Yeah.
Because again, we see that with Matt Damon in the Odyssey.
It's like one of my favorite shots in all of film. 4, you haven't seen this one. I'm going to put The Prestige.
I've heard amazing things about it. I will get to it.
This movie is great. Sometimes it's a little boring, but the twists and turns are just fantastic. It's kind of like who can be the pettiest almost. And you're planning on watching it.
Yes, yeah, I am. Yeah.
So I won't spoil it anymore, but it's incredible. And then 5, I'm going to put Inception.
Oh, Inception's so good.
You notice I left Tenet off the list.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I also love Tenet. I love Tenet. Inception, I love this one as well, but it's just that thing where it's like there's nothing wrong with this movie, but the other ones are just that much better, in my opinion. I think, so just to recap, 1, Odyssey, 2, The Dark Knight, 3, I had Interstellar, 4, The Prestige, and 5, Inception. When does it get to the case where we can start putting Christopher Nolan in the GOAT debate for the greatest director of all time? Because I think it's at that point where we can start putting his name in that hat.
Yeah. I think, really quick, to kind of answer your question, I think one thing that will be a fascinating discussion point and debate for a lot of people is not only the rating scale in like what makes a good movie, but like we had said, what makes a director successful in the way of, I think his movies are incredibly crafted.
Yeah.
But like I said, are there people who would go, I think a movie can look great, but if I'm bored in it because it's just not my type of movie, do they do what I do and maybe not reward them in that level?
Yeah.
Because Christopher Nolan movies, they're not get your popcorn, kick your feet up, and just enjoy the next 2 hours like they are.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would say that's why he's so good, because he takes you on this journey, or fill in the blank. So it's a great question.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my top 5.
Do you think that Oppenheimer could get into your 5 if you saw it?
Yeah. I'm planning to watch it. I need to watch it.
Yeah.
I figure it'll be in my top 5 somewhere. Excuse me. It's one that's obviously made over $1 billion, or about $1 billion, and a lot of people have that in their top 3 of Nolan movies.
Yeah,
so
like I do. Yeah,
I need to watch it. I'm missing out. I know.
I'm with you. No, I'm with you. Well, that's our Christopher Nolan review. Let's hit super quick in regards to what I've been watching since we last filmed. We watched the Odyssey. I already talked about that. I did see the Moana live action. I saw it. It was funny. I saw it once and I gave it 4 stars. I did see it again, not particularly because I necessarily wanted to. I just had a couple of friends that really wanted to go see a movie, and I wanted it to be in the luxury, and I didn't particularly want to go see Toy Story again or Young Washington, and I knew that they weren't going to want, at least my friends weren't going to want to watch the Odyssey, so my only option was rewatching Moana. On the rewatch, I gave it 4.5, though. I bumped it up because I thought that they did such a good job, and I think that they did everything that you could have asked them to do.
Oh, yes, I remember. Because I was talking to you about this, and I was telling you I had kind of a topic I wanted to talk about. You had told me something very interesting about how if people aren't going to hate on How to Train Your Dragon, the remake, then they have no right to hate on the Moana remake. And here's my rebuttal.
Yeah, hit me.
I was talking to my mom about this, and I said, I think that there is warrant to the hatred of Moana because Moana 2 came out last year. And because the first Moana came out 10 years ago, whereas How to Train Your Dragon came out in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Yep.
So, me personally, it's just like, why do we need it? It seems pointless where How to Train Your Dragon, which a lot of people weren't really excited for, like it like breathed new life into the franchise. Where Moana is still planning on doing a Moana 3 and more. So I guess if you have something to rebuttal that.
Yeah, not necessarily. My one rebuttal would probably be that when you have a good product, I don't think it matters when you release it, in the way of, I look at Moana and I think it's a good product for the reason that I thought the music was excellent. They did add a new song to this.
Yeah, it plays in the credits, I believe.
Yeah, and I also thought that they did enough, just like How to Train Your Dragon, where it was very accurate to the original, but it also added just enough differences and enough additions or different interpretations that it made me love it more. I'm a big Dwayne The Rock Johnson fan. I love The Rock, so for me, it checked all those boxes. But no, it's a great point. A lot of people, you wouldn't see a live action remake 10 years later. That it is pretty crazy.
Well, and I don't know if you know this, but do you know how this is doing box office wise?
I don't. I was gonna look that up actually. Let me while I've got it. Moana 2026 box office. Oh, here you go. That's brutal. Disney's live-action Moana remake opened to a disappointing $43 million domestically and faces theatrical losses exceeding $100 million.
Wowza.
It looks like...
that doesn't surprise me. I'm not going to lie.
Total gross as of this weekend, $228.2 million on an estimated $250 million budget. See, now this is interesting because it says requiring at least 600 million globally to break even.
Because that also includes like advertising and all that stuff.
Yep.
I guess. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. When I talked to that topic about my mom, and she still has young kids. I still have young siblings below the ages, like 2 below the age of 10, and this is their kind of movie. But none of them have any desire to see this movie because they would rather just watch the animated version on Disney Plus. So I think that is kind of where the loss is coming from.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and you know what else it goes back to is kind of that point that we had talked with Ozzy about, of like when we had talked about with Supergirl. Why are film companies and why are distributors making features that are probably losing money?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, my only answer is there's just things that we don't know that are going on behind closed doors. You know, but because you sit there and you go, how can a company, you know, be alive losing $350 million? The funny thing is, I guarantee I have a sneaking suspicion that Disney isn't sitting here going, oh man, this is an absolute disaster. I just don't believe that, because you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
That's a multi-billion-dollar company for a reason. Like,
yeah.
But I don't know, you know, that it's weird though. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, so I saw Moana twice. I rewatched. Oh, see, I need to put that. This was my first review of it, but I have seen Mamma Mia, the original Mamma Mia. On my letterbox, I said, this is an all-time great movie, and I just don't have enough words to tell you how much I love it. I love Mamma Mia. I will forever love Mamma Mia. I think that 1 and 2 are both incredible. Those are movies I could sit down and kick up my feet and watch any day, anytime. And then, like I had said, I gave Mamma Mia 5. That is a 10 out of 10 for me every time. I love that with a heart. And the Odyssey, by the way, I gave 5 with a heart. And then The Dark Knight Rises, I gave this 4.5. It's not a perfect movie for me. Again, it's my favorite of the Nolan trilogy of The Dark Knight. Again, I've talked about things that I love. Like I said here, I think Bane is a phenomenal villain, and I've always guffawed at the end fight sequence in broad daylight towards the end of the film. I will forever love this movie. I just love Christopher Nolan's portrayal of Batman, and I think that this is a great finale to a tremendous trilogy.
Yeah, for sure.
So those are everything that I've been watching. TV series-wise, I did rewatch my watching of The Vampire Diaries. I'm right on schedule, watching 1 episode a day from July 14th to the end of the year. I love Vampire Diaries. I will never apologize for it, because it's my number 1 all-time favorite series, and I love it.
Remind me, did you talk about The Summer I Turned Pretty? Your rewatch of that? I don't think you did. Yeah,
I didn't. I rewatched The Summer I Turned Pretty in between Brooklyn Nine-Nine and restarting Vampire Diaries. I loved it even more, but wow, I forgot how much I dislike characters sometimes, and how I know that the reason you have characters that make people angry and are villains and drive people crazy is because it gets people to tune back into the shows. Most of the time, you don't have characters that people turn off and don't watch the show because of them. Yeah. And I love The Summer I Turned Pretty. That's another one I won't apologize for. I love that series.
You will not apologize for.
I love that. But yes, I believe that is all. That's all from me.
All right, me. All right, so I watched. We may have talked about this. I can't remember. I watched Minions and Monsters with Connor. I can't remember if we had talked about this.
I can't remember either. Because I watched Young Washington and Independence Day as well, and I don't remember if I talked about those either.
Do you want to hear me talk about them?
Minions and Monsters, 3 stars. Young Washington, 4. Independence Day, 4.5. I think Independence Day has one of the greatest speeches of all time. Thank you.
Okay. I also gave Minions and Monsters 3. This is really a love letter to all like cinema fans, though, and all the cinephiles out there. A whole lot of references that don't need to be in there. Honestly, there were some funny moments in this, and I think this is my favorite out of all the Minions movies.
And some pretty wild adult humor.
Yeah. There's a minion named Dick, so that's pretty funny.
I was really quick, not to kind of. I went in to go close a door for Minions, and it reminded me of, again, there's a part where right at the beginning they're at the museum. And I know we laughed about it then, but again, I saw this part where there's this old guy on this scooter on this tour, and the host of the tour is like, Keanu Reeves, and then as they're walking by, the old man goes, like he like licks his lips after looking at Keanu. It is wild.
And also, they just have George Lucas standing in like a presentation class.
It is hilarious.
Again, this is a really weird movie. I don't think
it is.
I think kids like it, maybe not as much as the others. I think this is probably the best made movie. There's some pretty like interesting animation moments too. So I give that 3 stars without a heart. It's still just a little bit too, I guess, childish.
Yeah.
And then moving on to my next childish movie I watched The Benchwarmers.
Oh, I love this movie.
I gave it 3 stars. This is not as funny as I remember.
Yeah.
The potty humor just was kind of overdone. Yeah. I was kind of reading. Apparently, so this is the Happy Gilmore Studios. But Adam Sandler is nowhere to be found in this movie, which is just so odd because
it is.
He's what breathes life into this. There's just a lot of weird jokes that I feel like don't translate well to 2026.
Yeah, fair.
It's fine. It was funny when I was a teenager.
Yes,
it's not as funny nowadays.
My 16-year-old nephew, who is on the pod, loves Benchwarmers, yes. and that tracks.
It has its good moments, but it's just not as good. It has like a weird like having a baby like theme, and like also kind of like making fun of gay people almost. Yeah. And it's just I don't know. Then I watched the Odyssey, 5 stars with a heart. We already talked about it, and I don't want to start ranting about it again. So 5 stars with a heart. Watch it ASAP. And then this is my big thing. I am rewatching the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies before Spider-Man Brand New Day. I watched Homecoming, and I gave this 4 with a heart because I love this movie. I love the quote, "I'm nothing without the suit," and then Tony says to Peter, "If you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it." It's crazy. There's probably like 5 minutes of Tony and Peter together in that movie, and there's not a lot of time with them together throughout the other movies, but they just have that connection. I also want to talk about Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
This is one of the movies where they don't kill off the villain, and I'm so thankful for that because he's not going to reappear, but he could. He could at some point. This is an incredible, like the dynamic between Peter and the Vulture is just crazy. I was telling you, I really love the scene where Peter opens the door, or he's going to pick up Liz for prom, and then he opens the door, and it's like almost like a record screech. You know?
It is. Ozzy and I watched it right before the school year ended, and together, and that part is insane. And then later on, when he's driving him, and the green light goes, and you can like see the villain in him. It's incredible.
Yeah, the first half is kind of slow, but as soon as that moment hits, complete tone shift, and it switches up and becomes a 4-star for me. I was watching Spider-Man Far From Home today, and then my power cut out, and I couldn't finish it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5 though. I really like the idea of it. And this is actually the first Marvel movie I saw in theaters, so I kind of have a special place for that in my heart. I wish they didn't kill off Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, Mysterio was awesome.
It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know why you had to do that. I guess kind of balancing a lot of stuff. And then I have a hot take for you.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you if you remembered that. Okay, yeah.
I do, okay. I've been trying to
think... And this is authentic. He has not told me what this is.
And I know if Sean and Ozzy are listening, they're going to hate this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And you're going to hate this. And I've been trying to think of how to word this to, I guess, emphasize my point and to explain myself. I think Tom Holland is the best live-action Spider-Man we've ever had.
Yeah, that's a... Yeah, people say that, yeah.
And this is where it gets bad. This is where it gets bad. I think Tobey Maguire is the worst.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't think it's uncommon. you know my opinion. I
know you disagree heavily.
Well, and not only, like, here's the thing of it, right? It just moves to what we've talked about a million times over. Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man to me because that's who Spider-Man is to me.
Yeah,
to your point, it's if you wanted to break it down in like a rating scale and then like break down performance, Tom Holland's probably better and maybe even fits the role more. One thing that is hard to measure is Peter in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is is at a different age and a different maturity level and just different storytelling. But I get it for sure.
And that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, I know that the original Spider-Mans, they're better made movies, you know? Like, I know that those are better made movies. I know the villains are better, you know? But I don't like Tobey Maguire's, like, lines or very much at all.
Yeah.
And I do not like Kristen Dunst as MJ. I think she sucks.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe and what's
I know
his name?
it's who plays Doc Ock?
Yes, they are incredible. Third one is fine, but I don't think Tobey Maguire, I guess, was the right fit for the role. And I guess I don't know where I'd put Andrew Garfield on this list. Definitely not above Tom Holland, in my opinion. I don't know where I'd put him in regards to Tobey Maguire because his movies are by far the worst. Let's just say it.
Yeah.
But I think he is a better actor than all three of the other two.
I got you. Alfred Molina.
He's also fantastic. And I get why people say that Spider-Man 2 is one of the best movies of all time, or superhero movies. And I'll agree. I just don't think that Tobey Maguire helps that.
I got you.
That case at all.
Yeah.
And I know it's biased. But
no, I'm with you.
I think Tom Holland just fits the role more. I'll die on that hill.
Yeah, I get it.
Let's see. I had one more thing. What was it? I can't remember. Oh, Far From Home.
Oh, yes.
Last thing on Far From Home. I was going to say, I miss Nick Fury in the MCU.
Yeah, I get that.
Because we saw him in Captain Marvel, and he wasn't good. They killed his, like, mystery, you know? And then Secret Invasion did him no favors whatsoever. I wonder if we'll see him at some point.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
We might, but he just brought that, like, gravity, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Anything else I've watched? Far From Home, I'll probably give a 3.5 with a heart. Let's see. What else have I watched? I've been watching Dragon Ball Super, kind of like I told you. I think it's the best out of the 3 series.
Yeah.
It's pretty good if you like pure fight stuff. Then it's right up your alley. Then I've been watching Hunter x Hunter with my brother, which I also kind of said. This is very interesting because it introduces like a whole new power system. Like it introduces a whole lot of stuff. And excuse me, it's kind of weird because the first couple seasons are like 15, 20 episode seasons. Then you get to season 4 and it's 61 episodes long.
Really?
And I'm halfway through that, and it is one of the best like seasons I've ever seen of television. So it is incredible. I would recommend. It doesn't really have a lot of the weird anime stuff that people like to avoid.
Yeah.
So I would recommend that, and I think that's everything.
Nice. I think because our time is rapidly coming to a close, I'm thinking, because I still like how we talked about the top 5, I'm thinking I'll tell you my top 5, no context, no points or anything. I'll tell you my top 5, you tell me yours, and then next episode we will dive into our review of Brand New Day. We'll dive into why our top 5 is what it was. And there's a real possibility that top 5 is going to change with Brand New Day anyway.
For sure.
So for me personally, my number 1 this year is Mandalorian and Grogu. We knew that was going to happen going in because Star Wars is my thing, and it checked all my boxes. Number 2 is Michael. I do give Michael the nod because of how often I saw it. I still listen to the music. I still root for it every day, making money and being over $1 billion.
Yeah.
I love the Michael movie. It will forever be way up there in my top movies.
Yeah.
My number 3, I would give to the Odyssey. We had talked about my number. I'm going to say we had talked about because I'll tell you my 4. My number 4 is Masters of the Universe. The thing that we've talked about was I said Masters of the Universe is 4 for me, and it's not that far from the Odyssey because I was so entertained by it.
Yeah.
But the more I've thought about the Odyssey, the thing I give the Odyssey, and I said that I wouldn't talk more about it, but I do have to say this about the Odyssey.
You gotta. The Odyssey's just that enticing.
While I haven't seen it again, it's the fact that it still keeps calling me that I have to reward it for saying, even though I haven't seen it again, and it's maybe not as entertaining as Masters of the Universe for me, because it keeps calling and I keep thinking about how amazing it is. And like we said, the siege and the sirens and the Cyclops, and sorry, I'm dropping some spoiler stuff, and the stringing of the bow.
Yeah.
Everything makes me sit here and go, yeah, I have to give it the reward of being over Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe is 4 for me. So Odyssey 3, Masters of the Universe 4. And my number 5, I'm going to give to Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Its number 1 competitor, honorable mention I wanted to give was Super Mario Galaxy. I really loved Super Mario Galaxy to the point where I was so entertained by it that maybe I'd give it over Project. But with how good Project is, same thing, I got to reward it. So really quick, faster through this time. Number 1, Mando and Grogu. Number 2, Michael. Number 3, The Odyssey. Number 4, Masters of the Universe. Number 5, Project Hail Mary. And my honorable mention at 6 would be Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go 5 to 1, kind of the descending order.
Yeah.
But before I go, I just want to say, I already know what my biggest disappointment of the year is going to be, and it's definitely Supergirl. I personally would rate Disclosure Day over it, and I know that that's a hot take, but
I actually need to go back because I apologize. I thought I was more locked in than I was. I'm not going to lie to you, actually. My number 5 over Project Hail Mary, and you're probably going to die at this, my number 5 over Project Hail Mary, seriously, is In the Gray. I really love In the Gray.
Interesting.
I only saw it once. It wasn't in our luxury, so I didn't go see it again. If it had started in our luxury, I would have seen that twice in 2 days back to back for sure.
Really?
I did like it better than Project, and I did like it better than Super Mario Galaxy.
Interesting.
Didn't like it. I wouldn't watch it over He-Man, though. Over Master of the Universe. Sorry.
Interesting.
Correction.
So anyway, Supergirl is one of my biggest disappointments of the year. I can't say how disappointed I am. I thought I had this in my top 10 most anticipated, and it failed me. So I would put Disclosure Day over that. My honorable mention for the year is going to be Super Mario.
Yeah.
I've only seen 13 new movies this year. I just don't
think
this makes that cut. For 5, I'm going to put GOAT.
This was a great
GOAT
movie.
Was great. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend it. It's kind of the life of Steph Curry, but turned into rollerball, pretty much basketball. Great kids movie. I can't really say enough about it. I hope we get more movies similar to this. It has that K-pop Demon Hunters Spider-Verse animation, so it looks great. 4, I'm going to give it to Toy Story 5.
Oh, nice.
I thought this was great. I thought this was a huge step up from Toy Story 4. I'd recommend this for children, adults, whoever. 3, I'm going to put Michael. I know this wasn't like huge critically, but I think the content, even though it might not be good critically or technically, I thought it was still great. The music's incredible. I like it, but also there's just not a lot of movies that I've liked over it, I guess. For 2, I'm going to put Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Can't say enough about it. Ryan Gosling's incredible, and of course it's well made. Rocky is great. Can't say I can't say I knew I. Let me restart. I can't talk. I can't say that I thought that I would be so involved emotionally over a rock.
Yeah.
And then 1, it's got to be The Odyssey.
Got to be The Odyssey.
I could see Spider-Man Brand New Day getting in here somewhere. I think it will, if it's good.
Yeah.
Because that was my other hot take. I think Spider-Man Brand New Day could be the best of the Tom Hollands for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I have high hopes. Destin Daniel Cretton, I have high hopes for him. He's doing the new Naruto movie, and they're finally casting for that. That's news.
Nice.
That I only care about. But That's my top 5.
That's awesome. Well, again, my friends, we're so grateful for you tuning in. That was our top 5s. Again, brand new day will be coming out. That could shake that up. Next episode, we'll plan on reviewing Brand New Day. We'll talk a little bit more about our top 5. It's probably going to change. And then we'll probably talk about what we think could round out our top 5 with the remainder of the year, because again, there's going to be some great stuff, and not only the obvious, there is some stuff that's kind of flying under the radar that I think we'll be excited to talk about. Sure. But before we conclude our first official episode with just you and I, Mr. Bryson,
this is crazy.
It is crazy. Anything before we go?
Stick with us. We're obviously trying to figure out this, I guess, new change to the pod. If you guys don't like something or do like something, definitely let us know. We'll try to, I guess, change and try to do stuff that hasn't been done on the podcast before. So just kind of let us know, comment. Also, kind of like Connor was saying, comment what poster. Yeah,
I was just going to put in that plug. Let me know of older movie posters, older movies, we'll say 2018 to now, in that time range. Give me some thoughts on maybe what you want me to check. Also, a shout out to Walker Cinemas.
Yes, for sure.
And then I wanted to shout out, because, and this is kind of a little tease, and it's a little unfair to the viewers, because we're not gonna do merchandise that you can buy, but a shout out to Down Poppy Lane.
Yes, for sure.
Bryson's mom owns that company. She does screen printing on shirts. We're hoping to organize and get some brand new shirts for the pod.
Yes, so look out for those,
to show a sweet new logo and a great product. So a shout out to her as well, because even though we haven't seen it yet, that she's a great business owner. That business is amazing. If you need professionalism done well, look for Down Poppy Lane with screen printing. Again, shout out to Walker Cinemas for hosting us. And I think that's everything. We will catch you later. Have a great rest of your evening.